Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mandy and today I'm going to be filming part 2 of your questions and answers. So you guys asked me a ton of questions on Instagram and I will leave my Instagram handle down below so you guys can come and follow me if you want to. I get questions all the time, so I'm going to be answering another batch of those today. If you haven't yet, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button because it really does help me and my channel out. All right guys, so let's jump into the questions. I have so many of them here. If I don't get to yours, I'm sorry. I might have to film a part 3. Okay, so the first one is, are you currently doing master books or a Becca? I am an eclectic homeschooler, meaning that I pull curriculum from all kinds of different curriculum companies and I put together kind of like a custom type of curriculum for my kids. We use a Becca this year, but it is a Becca Language Arts is the main thing that I'm using. For my spine, which is most of my subjects, we are using my father's world right now, and this seems like a really good pace for us. I'm really happy with it. So a Becca for Language Arts. We are not using anything master books this year that I'm aware of. I don't think that we're using anything master books. Okay, next question. Favorite part of homeschooling? Having my kids home. I enjoy having them here. They enjoy being here, and we all enjoy learning together as a family. So we really enjoy that. I think it's a lot of fun to be together, and personally, I love not just having my kids here, but I love being able to have a second education. I feel like I have learned so much since the beginning of homeschool, and every year it adds more and more and more to each subject. So that's really been fun for me, and watching my kids grow and learn and seeing those like light bulb moments happen, it's fantastic. Next question. What editing program do you use for your videos? Is it user friendly? I use a combination, but most of my videos I edit on Camtasia because I am a course creator and I use some more like pro type tools. And yeah, it is user friendly. It took me a little while to learn how to use it, but it wasn't that long. The same comment also asks, I'm accredited with a Becca, which was master books for a month, but wasn't sure if it was the right learning style. Right now, I'm looking into going unaccredited. What do you think is the most important thing with school is, like, how to judge success? It can be hard to judge success. We don't just use grades to judge success. We look at, has the child learned the concept? Do they understand what it is? Some kids are just not good test takers. I was a horrible test taker. My SATs can tell you that much. But I was really good at understanding the concepts of a whole. So look at things like that. Like, is the child understanding what you are trying to convey to them? I also look at reading comprehension. That's always really important, and, you know, benchmark type things. Success isn't always a black and white type of thing. In our state of North Carolina, we have to test every year at the end of the year. We use the CAT test, the California Achievement Test. We don't turn those in, we keep them on file, and I think that that's actually a good way and a good measurement of success, as well as to see how the child is stacking up against same-aged peers. And it's like $25 for the test, and my kids actually like taking it because they like knowing where they're at every year. Some kids like it, some kids don't. Some kids, it's an absolute fight. My oldest loves doing it. My youngest is just, he's a perfectionist. So my youngest actually hates that. But I do find that with tests like that, it helps me as a parent kind of see if there's any gaps. And if there is, then we can go back and fill that in. But I feel like the curriculum that we've picked and everything does a really good job of covering everything that they need for, you know, things like that. Next question. Have you had any resistance from your boys on them being homeschooled? Do they even want to go back to public school? No, they do not want to go back to public school. My youngest was never in public school. My oldest, he was in public school up to 3rd grade, and I've had absolutely no resistance whatsoever from either one. They really enjoy it. My oldest was being kind of bullied in elementary school. And for him, it was a relief, I think, at first. And then once we really started getting into the curriculum and he was able to kind of handpick some of the things that he wanted to learn about, it became fun. So I still don't have a lot of resistance from either one of them, and they've just kind of accepted that this is our life. They enjoy it, and they talk up homeschooling to all their friends. Using any curriculum that you've used, is it possible to homeschool 3 days a week? I mean, as long as, like, even if you're schooling year round, you could probably make a 3-day type of schedule work. I homeschool year round, but I homeschool 5 days a week. I've never seen any of them go to 3. Maybe some of the I think in the younger grades, it would be a lot easier than the older grades. I think the middle school and up would probably be a little bit tougher because they have some things that they're learning that you don't want, like those huge gaps in between, because kids brain dump. I mean, it's just, it's a thing. I know my oldest one, he does it. He got really bad with the brain dumping around 6th grade. And that's when we really started looking at schooling year round. So there was less of a gap, like summertime or like long breaks. And it stayed fresh in his mind, especially with math. Math was the worst about that. So I would say, you know, as long as you're not taking too big of a gap and your kids are younger, I don't see why it would be a problem. Next question. Do you see yourself sticking with My Father's World long term? Yes. My oldest one goes into 9th grade next year. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm not old enough to have a high schooler. Yeah, he goes into 9th grade next year. He's already seen what the 9th grade looks like through 12th, and he is really excited to start the high school cycle with My Father's World. So as of right now, we plan on sticking with it all the way through. My youngest is in love with exploring countries and cultures, like completely head over heels in love with it. I have never seen him so excited for a curriculum. He loves all the cooking and things like that. And I think his next one is Creation to the Greeks. And I think we'll be doing like the biblical feast in there, and he's gonna have a blast. Do you intend to homeschool through secondary high school too? Yes. I do not plan on putting my kids into high school, public school. No. Next question. Do your kids ever get cranky or fussy when doing school? If so, how do you handle it? Snacks. Snacks in a movie seem to work really great with boys, at least. If they're getting cranky, just take a break. Sometimes they just need to get the wiggles out. Sometimes they just need to have a minute. They need to take a beat. You know, that's fine. You know, you got to remember too, kids that are in public school, they get to take those breaks all the time because they have recess once or twice a day. They have their lunch break. They have music, PE, and art classes. And, you know, they're not, you know, constantly going from one thing to the next. So just remember that sometimes kids can get frustrated or they wiggle around, and especially the younger ones and boys. Boys are more inclined to be that way than girls are. Girls can just sit pretty for hours, but boys cannot do that. Sometimes they need to do a subject, go play with Legos, and then come do another subject. That's totally fine. It's your schedule, it's your homeschool, and you can do it however you want. So that's the beauty of homeschooling, is all the freedom. So sometimes you just need to have a movie day, you know? I mean, I am totally for movie days, and trust me, teachers in public school have movie days all the time, okay? They just do. So you can have a movie day as well. Try it out. Even, you know, there's some days where we will put on a movie, whether, you know, educational or just a Pure Flix movie or something. The Torchlighter series is great. And we will just put out a blanket on the floor. We will move some of the furniture, and they will have a picnic lunch and watch, you know, a movie or something on the floor. It works great. Okay, last question for this group. How do you handle a stressful homeschool day or week? Sometimes things just don't go well. Again, it's kind of like with the last one. Take a break, take a walk, go play outside if you can, if the weather's nice. If you can't, go cook something in the kitchen. Go make cookies or cupcakes. Go do something outside of the classroom. And also remember, learning happens in all different types of environments. Learning happens with cooking all the time. There is measurements and things like that that you can use during cooking. You can talk about things all the time with movies that you're watching, or a lot of times what we like to do is, you know, we just go outside and kind of run around. We get the wiggles out, you know, they'll play some music. There's all different kinds of things that you can do with your kids to kind of get them engaged in something else if they're just frustrated or just having a bad day. And remember, kids are human too. We have bad days, they have bad days. A bad day does not mean a bad homeschool. It just means you're just having a rough day. So just breathe, relax, schoolwork can wait, go do something fun, and then come back to it. Okay guys, that's all I have for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If I didn't get to your question, I apologize. Maybe I'll make a part 3. If there's a question that you want answered, pop it down below in the comments and I will get to it in part 3 of this little mini series. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Happy homeschool, and I will see you in the next video.